Hey everyone, welcome back to On the Fence Movie Reviews, and this is another episode of Real Talk. So what's up everyone, I am Adrian, I'm joined by my co-host Rob and Daniel right beside me. So we have quite a few movie topics to cover, but first I wanted to say what's up, Rob. How have you been? It's been a little while since we had one of these, so just catching up.
It is. I'm glad to see Danny. You're feeling a little better.
Yes.
Yes, Daniel, why don't you tell us what happened with you?
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to get into specifics, but yeah, I got pretty sick. That's why we weren't able to record last week. So but I'm feeling a lot better.
It wasn't COVID though.
No, it was not
Okay,
COVID. It was
It was something else. It was just something else.
it was something else. Yeah,
Okay.
I like how Adrian's trying to.
Yeah. No.
I'm just making sure because if it were.
Pretty much, it was not the COVID. Danny is feeling better, which we're all glad to see. Adrian,
Yes.
stop trying to pry the information out of your brother. Danny, it's good to have you back. I've been just waiting for Danny to come back so we can record because I feel like so much stuff has happened. So, but anyways, Adrian,
Yeah.
Well,
how have you been?
well, let's get a little.
You see
talk
how much
about the-
Daniel does when
Yes,
when
he's
when he goes down, like
it's vital to on the
everything
fence
just
movie
stops.
reviews.
Yeah, and it was funny when I was sick. Rob was the only one who asked me if I was okay. Adrian didn't care. He's like, so can we shoot? Can we shoot tomorrow? Or But yeah,
All right. You know what? I don't. I gotta be honest. I'm sorry.
Adrian is he's very business. He's all about the
Yeah.
business.
I'm all about the business.
The
Speaking
bottom
of
line.
business,
Yeah.
let's get right into it. Because Daniel was sick, we didn't get to cover the finish and the finale of WandaVision, so we'll cover that right now. And just a brief recap: Wanda is Agatha just revealed herself to Wanda, and she's got to the trying to pry out all of the information out of Wanda, like how did you get all this power? And basically, what we had in this final episode was a showdown between Agatha and Wanda, the Scarlet Witch, and Vision versus New Vision, White Vision, Fake Vision. I don't know, whatever you want to call them. And
it's White Vision.
in true MCU fashion, we have like this epic battle fight scenes in midair and everything else, and the whole town is just ripped apart and whatnot. So, Rob, what were your thoughts on this episode?
Here's the thing. I liked it. I thought it was okay.
Okay.
It was not. Throughout the series, I've been saying, this season, I've been saying, every episode has been getting better and better and better. And I don't mean this in a negative way, but I don't think this episode was the best episode. And not because I had all these thoughts of what was going to happen or what I wanted to see. I didn't think it was the best episode they put forward. We got some payoff as far as we getting to see. We kind of all, speculated that when we seen the White Vision and the Vision are going to fight it out. And that was really cool. It was a lot of battle. As far as, we get to, we get to see, the two Visions fighting. We get to see the, Wanda and Agatha kind of going back and forth. And it's just their kind of cat and mouse game and Agatha kind of stealing Wanda's power, and Wanda just kind of, I feel like, learning on the fly as far as her magic. And we kind of get that epic scene that we all seen where, it's like the Incredibles movie where the family where they're all kind of together.
That's the first thing I thought when I saw that scene. I go, Incredibles. I'm sure that had to have been a reference.
Yes,
because
so
that was kind of so cheesy with the music and everything.
Yeah. So I mean, overall, this episode was good. Was it the best? No. I enjoyed. I don't think we're getting a season 2. I'm pretty sure everyone in charge has said this is it, and understandable. But I thought this was a good season. Did I think it was the best episode? No. Do I think the season overall was a great season? Yes. I think it's done so much for the MCU. I think it's just advanced as far as story wise, where we're gonna go. So no, we did not get certain things or certain characters showing up that everyone wanted, but I was okay with that. And also I heard they wanted a certain character to show up, but they decided that they're going to wait for a theatrical movie that where they're going to put this certain scene in, and the certain scene that was supposed to be in the series. But overall, I enjoyed it. I liked it. I thought it was a great season overall. Last episode just good, but I enjoyed the whole season altogether.
Daniel, your thoughts?
I enjoyed. I'm sort of like in the same line with you as far as like the last episode. It wasn't great. It was good enough. But the whole season was great. One thing I do want to point out, I did not like how they like wrapped up Quicksilver's character.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It wasn't. It didn't pan out to what I wanted to be or I thought it was gonna be. It was just It was just some random guy. Like that's how they pretty much, said it. It was I forgot his name, but it was like something Boner. But yeah,
It's like
Ralph Boner. Ralph Boner.
Yeah, as far as that bugged me the most out of the whole episode and just like the whole entire season is that just because they kind of like fooled us, and it was almost I don't know. I just felt like it was like almost like a troll, like it kind of like a slap in the face.
It was definitely intentional.
Yeah, like a slap in the face, like oh, like haha, we're gonna like Fox,
Yeah, I think to your point, I think what they were doing there was, how many red herrings or Easter eggs can we throw in there to get people to talk about this week by week? And
right.
I think that's what their intention was, especially with the Quicksilver. And I'm like you, I was really disappointed with that whole character arc. Like, what was the point of it? And other than to get people to talk about it,
Yeah. And as far as going back to what I was saying, as far as the season itself, I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great season. It really fleshed out Wanda's character because, to be honest, I didn't really care about her character or even Vision's character, in the MCU, and even in Infinity War, because when I first saw it, that scene when Wanda kills Vision, I always felt like that scene like dragged out because she's like, it's like all like slow motion, if Thanos is coming and she's trying to zap Vision. And I remember kind of like rolling my eyes like, all right, let's get this over. He's going to die or whatever. I didn't care. But now like going back, because I actually last week after the season, I went back and watched Infinity War and Endgame. And like I cared more about the characters, and it just like
exactly.
It's like I'm watching the movie not for the first time, but like it
carried more emotional weight to their story.
Exactly, like so that scene with when she's like killing Vision, and the scene, I don't know if you guys remember in Endgame, she kind of has like a one-on-one with Thanos.
Yeah,
and I was almost like cheering for her because when I first saw it, Endgame, like. I didn't really care. I was like, man, I was like, because she was kind of beating the crap out of.
I don't even know who you are.
Yeah, and she was kind of beating the crap out of Thanos. And he was about to she was about to I guess kill him, or whatever. Because remember, he's like rain fire or something like that. Yeah. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of saves him.
Her. Yeah.
And I was kind of like cheering for him when I went back and watched it, but when I first saw it, the first time Endgame, I was like, man, they better not have her kill him or whatever. But yeah, so like I said, I loved how they fleshed out a lot of these characters, and to be honest, I feel like Wanda now is probably one of the most fleshed out characters than everyone in the MCU.
Yeah.
Other than obviously you got Tony Stark. I would say he's probably the most fleshed out, but Thanos and stuff. But like I said, the whole season I really enjoyed it. I'm okay with them not having another season, because there is still questions that need to be answered. Like what's gonna happen with their kids and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. But that's gonna be in the movies and stuff. So I'm okay with them not having another season. But like I said, I really enjoyed this whole season.
Yeah.
In general,
I enjoyed it, the season overall, but I'm kind of in agreement with you guys as far as the last episode was probably, well, definitely one of the weaker ones for me, and because of what the series was. It was so subversive to the entire what the comic book genre and pretty much everything that the MCU had been doing up until this point. So it was nice and it was refreshing to have something so unique and different. And like what you're saying, fleshing out Wanda and Vision's relationship, Wanda's character, her whole backstory. We basically get like a Wanda origin story in that eighth episode, where they kind of go for flashbacks, or as Agatha calls it, real reruns. And it brings all that emotional weight to the later films, as we see in Ultron and in Endgame and in Infinity War. All those things were really awesome. I really enjoyed that. But MCU being an MCU, it was like, okay, we have to have an epic showdown in the finale. So I think that's where it kind of tanked a little bit for me. But at the same time, I still really enjoyed it. I thought it was great, and it was a really solid entry. And for me personally, I feel like it's probably one of the best things that the MCU has done, because for all the reasons like what you're saying, and Rob, what you're saying, as far as like bringing more depth and weight to the character and being so different. That's what I really enjoyed and loved about it. But we got to talk about those end credit scenes. Pretty much the mid credit scene, which was obviously kind of a setup for I'm gonna assume Captain Marvel, the second one, where Monica Rambeau gets called into the theater. They want to talk to you, and then she goes in there, and it's a scroll, or is that what they're called, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, you got somebody who wants to talk to you. Where is he?" He's he's up. She points up, and like he's in space, and so a lot of people are speculating that's Nick Fury, because if you remember, God, what was it? Which one was the last one where the post credit? It's like he turns into a scroll, Nick Fury. And so
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
It was Spider-Man 3, right? Yeah. So or Spider-Man 2, like so that kind of almost implies that maybe Nick Fury has just been hiding out in space, like a space station or something like that. So that's kind of cool. We'll see that. I mean, personally, I didn't really care for Captain Marvel, but I did really enjoy Monica Rambeau's character. I thought she was pretty solid, so it might make it a little bit more interesting. But I mean, I'm not going to be holding my breath.
Rob, why are you shaking your head, dude?
Because he didn't care for Captain Marvel. Man, Adrian.
It was so boring. I'm sorry. It was so bland.
It serves
and
its
very
purpose.
Weak. Yeah, it's just more of it's like almost like a filler.
Yeah, that's what it felt like.
It's not. Yeah, there's nothing to write home about. Nothing unique or new.
I mean, with Captain Marvel, it was just like, I'm not gonna say it's filler, but I just feel like I don't have an issue with the movie. I mean, I do have like little issues, but it's nothing like I'm gonna write home about. But I mean, I just thought she wasn't fleshed out enough for us to even care.
Well, exactly. I
think when she shows up,
I have no problems with the character itself. It's that movie itself that like it just wasn't strong for me. It was very weak, and it was very like kind of bland, and and like what you're saying, the characters, like the way they wrote it out was very kind of, I don't know, not confusing, but
no, yeah. For me, I just think for Captain Marvel, I know we're a little off topic here, but she came in like as far as Captain Marvel herself, her character in the movie, it came in too hard and too fast and too close to like Endgame, where like we were gonna end something off and something big was gonna happen, and I don't know, I feel like I would have liked a little more build up and just more backstory. I mean, obviously, I know some stuff about Carol Danvers via the comics, but the MCU, this Marvel, they kind of go off in their own own, they do their own stuff with the characters, but it's an okay movie. I like you say, I said it serves its purpose. I enjoyed it. But as far as the end credit scene, to me, it was, I mean, the mid credit scene, to me, it was okay. I didn't really take too much from it. I thought it was cool. They're reminding us that we have scrolls and there is an outer space.
They're reminding us that we have Captain Marvel.
Yes.
Because I mean, she's pretty forgettable.
Whoa, that was a cheap shot.
Man, Adrian, all the time.
Just saying, guys. I'm just saying. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it.
That's fine.
But then we had that. Then the post credit scene, which was the really exciting, stronger one. We see Wanda in the middle of nowhere, like out in the woods in a small little cabin on the porch, drinking tea or coffee or whatever she's drinking. and then she goes inside, and then you see kind of like her like other dimension,
Astro projection self.
astro projection self, like what you're saying, and as we saw with Doctor Strange, the very same way where he's studying and learning while he's sleeping. And Wanda's doing the same thing with that book that she got from Agatha. So now she's really learning how to hone her powers and use all of her spells and all of that. So that's very exciting. The very end, you hear one of her children, or possibly both of them, crying, "Mommy, come help," or something like that, and then she kind of like opens her eyes and then just goes. And so that's very exciting. What's going to happen next is, I mean, she's going to, I don't know. I don't want to get into fan theories here because, there you go. But I'm excited for that. Rob, I don't know how you feel about it. Are you looking forward to?
Same with you. I think it's cool. I obviously we all know she's gonna tie into Doctor Strange, the next Doctor Strange. So it's cool just to get a little taste of what, maybe in Doctor Strange she's a little more powerful than what she is in Endgame. So we have this kind of taste of why she may be more powerful, and it's not so much of a jump where we see, so we can get a glimpse of her seeing like, she's been studying. And she can kind of do what Doctor Strange does, and she's probably even more powerful than Doctor Strange. But maybe Doctor Strange in that movie might help her, kind of hone it. I feel like her magic is chaos magic. I feel like Doctor Strange might help her hone it.
Well, and you remember in the last episode of WandaVision, Agatha actually references the Sorcerer Supreme.
Right.
She said, "I got to be more powerful than even the Sorcerer Supreme," which I guess that's Doctor Strange now, right? Because he kind of takes up the mantle at the end of his own film. So, like what you're saying, does Doctor Strange, he's more powerful, but that's only because he's kind of like had the time to practice and learn. Wanda has she's a Scarlet Witch, so she's got like this unlimited amount of power, but she doesn't know how to use it properly. Right. Does Doctor Strange help her to use that? Who knows? Daniel, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I really don't have any theories, so like you guys or anything, but I it's definitely something I'm definitely looking forward to, really excited for the Doctor Strange movie, and we'll see what they do with Wanda's character. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. All right. Well, we got some other fantastic news. Awesome news. The governor of California recently announced that movie theaters can open as early as this week in California. And Rob, myself, Daniel, we almost cried. I know I did. Movie theaters have been closed for a very, very long time here, especially in LA County, and basically haven't been to the theater. If you want to take some time, Rob,
it's emotional. I mean, we joke about it, but it is emotional.
I'm not gonna lie, I might actually cry when we finally go back and
Adrian's gonna be like that one meme with Matthew McConaughey where he's crying, he's doing that whole he's watching the whole
on Interstellar. Yeah, I probably am. And that cross between that and the Titanic one, it's been 87 years or whatever. But no, I mean honestly, it was like a second home being at the theaters, and to not be able to go for the better part of a year. I've only gone once in the last year, and actually we went to go watch what was it, The Hunt, right, Rob? Right before they shut down. That was the last weekend they were open, and that was the last film we watched together. And man, what a different world it was back then. It was very very strange, but yeah, the fact that it's going to be open again, I'm very excited. I don't know about you guys, but I am. The question though, what is going to be your first film back? What are you going to watch first?
Oh man, for me, I mean, it's probably going to be Kong versus Godzilla. Because I would think that's the first big one that I've seen as far as what theaters that are open around the area that are going to show. So I actually heard too. I was talking with my friends, and I think not AMC or Regal, but there's another one that they're supposed to show The Dark Knight, I think starting this week sometime.
Okay.
Just to kind of get people back in and
Yeah.
I guess get the flow of things. But as far as big blockbuster hits, definitely got to be Kong versus Godzilla's on the number one spot to go see when theaters open up.
Yeah. Daniel, what are you gonna watch?
I'm actually off this whole week, so I might catch a film with my wife if she's down. We'll see. So I'm not too sure, but obviously, definitely, for sure, I'm gonna see Kong versus Godzilla, or Godzilla versus Kong, whatever, in theaters. I'm really excited about that. I feel like the kaiju gods opened up the theaters and
Just in time.
yes, they
Let
shined
them bite.
the kaiju gods shined upon us and said, let there be theaters, or let the theaters open, so I'm really excited for that. So yeah, like I said, I don't know what first movie I'm gonna see, but definitely Godzilla versus Kong is gonna be
Yeah.
a for sure must watch in the theater.
Yeah, Godzilla versus Kong is definitely going to be like the first like big film to come watch. That's going to come out to watch. But for me, I'm going to definitely go and try to watch Tenet again at the Universal IMAX. It's going to be showing in the IMAX 70 millimeter. The way Nolan intended for it to be seen, the way he shot it, and if anybody is watching that is familiar with that specific theater location, the Universal City Walk, there, that is a massive size screen. I believe it's like 7 stories big, and it is a phenomenal location to watch film. And so they're actually one of the few places in Southern California that still plays IMAX film. So yeah, I am definitely going to go probably watch that there. And then maybe even Kong versus Godzilla there, because you know what? That's the only way to see kaiju action is on the biggest screen you can possibly
On a
watch it.
7-story screen. It's the only way
Yeah.
you can watch Godzilla.
Yeah, I mean, like, for those of you who haven't watched like a true IMAX theater, it is a sight to behold. The
Yeah,
screen's
that's-
like gigantic. It's
That's I want to say that's the third largest screen in Southern California. The largest one being at the Chinese theater in Hollywood. That's where I saw Interstellar in IMAX 70 mil, and that one is just that screen is just massive. I think that's like 9 stories big. Yeah, I love watching movies on very big screens. Says the guy with the 720.
I know.
32-inch TV.
Well, that's
But when he's at home, he loves watching them. Yeah, like a little.
Yeah,
little
but when I go to
32-inch.
the theater, I spare no expense. But
Yeah.
at home, it's a different story.
nah.
Yeah. Wow, my mind blanked out.
We were talking about movie theaters being open. I don't know.
No, but what was the next one? I forgot.
The Justice League.
Justice League coming out this week.
Come on, host.
Man, get
You can edit that out later.
It's what it is. Is Adrian got excited about theaters opening up.
I was just
He's
like,
see-
He was
he's-
just like, oh, theaters.
Yes.
I was just imagining that I was there. My Astro
You projected yourself in the
projected
theater.
myself in
You know
the
what?
theater
I-
over there.
I actually seen The Dark Knight Rises in the IMAX theater at the City Walk one.
I watched
and it was
the ones that I watched. I basically watched all of the more recent Nolan films there. I watched The Dark Knight opening weekend there. I watched Dark Knight Rises there. Gravity I watched there. I watched Dunkirk there. The only one I didn't see was Interstellar. Because I watched that one at the Chinese theater. So, but I'll definitely try to go watch Tenet there. So, we'll see. But okay, so with all that being said, so there was a big accident that happened over the weekend, or right before the weekend. Somebody's gonna get fired at HBO.
oh, they're probably
Max.
already fired.
Probably already gone. They accidentally leaked the Snyder cut, Justice League on HBO Max for, I think it was like for a few hours or so. But I know a few people got a chance to check it out, and
Lucky people.
The social media embargo was lifted, and so we're starting to get some of the first reactions. But Rob, what are your thoughts on this whole Snyder cut and it being leaked, and some of the first reactions that you saw?
Well, as far as it being leaked, I mean, mistakes happen. I don't know if it was done purposefully, but we've heard stories of this kind of stuff happening. Episodes being released hours before they're supposed to go out. So I'm not really, I don't fault anyone too much unless it was again done on purpose. But just the way I heard it happen is I think it was like a Tom and like you clicked on a Tom and Jerry movie,
Yeah,
and then it was actually the Snyder cut of Justice League. But you know what, mistakes happen, is what it is. Whoever got to see
that was on purpose.
Yeah, whoever got to see it, lucky you guys. We're gonna have to wait till Thursday to check it out. But just based off of stuff I've heard, now I've tried to avoid people who are just full on like spoiling it for us. I'm expecting it to be spoiled, but I will do my best to not spoil anything I've heard too much as far as plot and everything like that. But from what I'm hearing, I feel like it's more fleshed out. It's a fleshed out story that I'm okay with, and I've said this before to other people. I'll say it again. I was not happy with the theatrically released Justice League for a lot of reasons. So I'm excited to see the original view and the original idea that Snyder had for his Justice League. So honestly, just this whole, from beginning to end, just this whole story about this movie coming about, I don't think will ever happen again. From the reasons he had to leave, to the debacle, in my opinion, that was the Justice League, to fans kind of willing this into existence for it to happen.
Yeah.
So this whole story, I feel like, is a pretty amazing story and a unique story. And the movie, it's gonna be 4 hours, so I might need to take a restroom break. But I'm gonna try and watch it the day it comes out. But I'm excited because we get to see, again, based off just stuff I'm hearing, and just how the thing I'm picking up most from a lot of people is that fleshed out and more detail as far as different characters and different storylines. And I'm excited to see that, because that's a main issue I had with the theatrically released Justice League, was that I feel like everything was just like thrown there, and it was like, all right, let's go here, let's do this, and it was just too much and not enough explanation, and it was just, everything was just thrown at me too quick. So I'm excited to finally see the movie that I feel like we all should have got a few years back.
I'm not as excited as you.
Get off the channel, Daniel. Get off now.
I know. Why
But-
are you here?
I'm definitely I'm definitely intrigued. I'm obviously, of course, I'm gonna watch it. What I don't like is that it's gonna be what, like in the 4:3 aspect ratio, like
Yeah.
That's what I don't like.
It's like how he shot it. Like, I think it's more like for that IMAX formatting. But yeah, so the image is actually, it's taller than it is wide. So
yeah.
so you'll still get a little bit more picture, but the thing is just that's just more or less how he was framing it.
Yeah, which is more like the 4:3,
Yeah.
So like
It's gonna bug my eye. I already know it's gonna bug my eye.
Well, I mean, if you've grown up with the 4:3 TV, you should be fine. I mean,
But like you said, it depends how
You're a
he
boomer or
shot it.
whatever.
Like if he shot it to be made that specific way, then I hope, like, I'm pretty sure.
Well, yeah, the composition, the formatting, and everything.
Exactly.
That's what's important. It's not
Right.
like it was they went in post and like, here,
They
let's
cut
just
it.
make
Yeah,
it
exactly.
like that, for no apparent reason whatsoever.
Yeah, because that's what growing up, that's what I pictured. Because remember when they had two different formats? They had the widescreen and the full screen.
Mm-hmm.
Like they had those two
On
different
like the
versions,
DVDs
like in the
and stuff
early
when they first
DVDs.
came out, they gave
I
you the
hated
option.
that. I hated that. I always had I had to watch it widescreen because once I realized that even though it was like the edges, I was like, I'm missing some picture, and I can't watch it like that.
Well, yeah, it was the pan and scan, and
Yeah.
I remember getting in an argument with a friend about that way back when, and he was trying to tell me, no, it's like this, and I'm like, no, you don't get it. They're cutting out the image, and they're like shifting the camera image to kind of follow the focal point of the scene, but
exactly.
but you're still losing information.
Yeah. So like, you're pretty much like because these directors, that's not how they envisioned it, you know. So whereas this one, so I'm hopefully I read an article. This is how he envisioned it, so I'm pretty sure we will get like a lot of detail. But it's still gonna be weird. But that's
but
like
we should be fine. Like we should be fine.
Well,
maybe
okay.
Adrian, maybe you will be fine, but me and Danny have a certain criteria and certain expectations for our
I'm
visual.
just saying again, growing up, if you watched your videos on VHS and your tube televisions, they were all 4:3. You should be fine. It'd be okay.
Adrian, I don't know. I mean, I know we're around the same age, and I'm saying this with all due respect, Adrian. We're old, dude. We haven't watched. I mean, I don't know about you.
No, you know what? I get it. Yeah, because
I haven't watched a VHS
online
in forever.
In certain comment sections, people were just losing their minds over this. About like, oh, I can't stand it. How come I have to watch it like this? I'm like, oh, come on.
I might just block out my TV somehow, just like crop
flip it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I have a big enough TV, so I mean, it should be fine. Yeah. Unlike Adrian.
Unlike me. Yeah. No, you know what? I am not the biggest Snyder fan.
Get off.
I mean, really.
Honestly,
I don't really care.
Turn off his mic.
I got it.
I don't really care for any of his movies. The only one that I have not seen of his films is actually The Watchmen, which some say is actually probably his best film.
Are you kidding me, dude?
Okay, so look at I started watching it. I watched like the first half hour, and I'll be honest, I like so far what I've seen.
Wait, are you watching like the director's cut? Or are you watching like the theatrical version?
I think it's the theatrical.
Okay, I mean, when you're done with that, just
watch the director's cut.
That off and watch the director's cut.
Per your recommendation, I will watch the director's cut. I bought it on iTunes. It was on sale for like $4, so I just bought it. And I'm like, oh, I should probably watch this. Have it a part of my collection.
You bought it on digital? How dare you?
I mean, I didn't care for any of his films like Sucker Punch or Night of the Owls or Legend of the Guardians, Night of the Owls or something, whatever that animated film that he did.
Legend of the Guardians.
Rise of the Guardians. No,
Rise of the Guardians.
No, Rise of the Guardians is that DreamWorks the one with all the fairy tale characters. He did whatever. Anyway, I'm not a fan of all his films. That being said, from watching the theatrical cut, the Whedon cut of Justice League,
I call it the Weasel cut.
The Weasel cut, yeah, because that's what he is. You could definitely tell it is a Frankenstein monster of a movie that it really it's cut up so bad, and you can tell like this was not what it was intended to be. You can tell like they just threw things together and just said, "Hey, let's hope we stick the landing." And they
hope for the best.
Yeah, and it was and again, this is the problem that WB has had, and hopefully they're righting the wrongs. They're more recent WB films, although Wonder Woman 84 was not very good. But Shazam was really awesome. But like they were trying to do the copycat thing. Like, let's do what Marvel did, have a team up movie, that way we can have this shared universe and it'll be awesome. But they didn't put in the time the way Marvel did. Marvel built it up over
years.
They had like 5 years before they had the first Avenger film. So DC, it was like, here, let's have one film, and then we're just gonna have Batman, Superman, then Justice League. So it was like 3 films, and hopefully they had some sort of universe. And they couldn't do it, and it was really bad. This Snyder cut, I really want to see his vision, and I think, from what I've been reading, is like what you said, Rob. Is it sounds like everything is going to be more fleshed out. A lot of the characters are going to get more backstory, including Cyborg, who was just kind of thrown in there, and we were like, "What the heck is this guy even doing here?" So we're going to get a lot more of that. The 4-hour runtime, I don't have a problem with. It's just finding the time to sit down for 4 hours straight and watching it. So I'm probably going to have to watch it in pieces. But I am excited to see it, and I hope that it's good. Like I said, I'm not the biggest Snyder fan, but I can be proven wrong. And, once I watch it, and if I like it, I'm going to come back and I'm going to say it was good on our review when we review it. Rob?
I'm going to say something right now. This is not off topic, but we had this discussion earlier, and just because you said you hope you enjoy it, I'm really irritated with people who just want this movie to fail just because they want it to fail. Because it's not because yes, DC has not been the best when it comes to as far as their theatrical movies, when it comes to their universe. But I don't understand why people just I don't want a movie to fail, whether I like the actor in it, or if I'm gonna go see the movie, if I'm a comic book fan, if I'm an action fan, if I'm a drama fan, I don't want something to fail just because it's made from a different company. It's like, I want to go see a good movie, and I just it just reminded me of that when you said, "Oh,
you want to be entertained, you want it to be good." Like, I don't care who's in it. Like, as long as it's good, great.
Yeah, I don't care what company put it on, who directed it. If I'm gonna go see the movie, I want it to be good, and I want this movie to be good because I know what
you're spending the money. You want you want it to be good. You don't want to feel robbed.
I don't want to be like, oh, let me throw my money away to go see this horrible movie. No, I want.
Oh, it sucked. Yes.
Yeah. I'm glad because I didn't like that. I didn't like that director, so I'm glad I paid money.
Like the last thing he tweeted, so I'm rooting for it to fail.
So irritating, man.
And I don't know. Were you gonna say something?
Oh no, I totally agree. Like how you said, we were talking a little bit about it earlier. Just like we have the MCU fanboys and the DCEU fanboys like duking it out. It's like, I don't get it. Like, it's like exactly like you said. You're paying money to go see this movie. It's like, you want it to be good. Why would you want it to fail? And I just hope it's like you said. I just hope it's good.
Yeah.
But
yeah. I'm with you guys. For me personally, I spend a lot of time like in just different websites, for movie news and whatnot, and that's the common thread. It's like DC over here, Marvel over here, and
they're always fighting,
and they're always fighting, and it's always like this thing. But the biggest thing that bothers me the most is a lot of times what I've seen more and more of recently are critics and writers who are reviewing these things, and they're being like really like trolly in a way where it's like, Marvel is so amazing, it's the greatest thing in the world, and then like they hate Zack Snyder for some reason, they hate like the DC films for some reason, and like they start trolling, they start and even like kind of attacking a lot of the people in the comment section for some reason. And my opinion to you guys viewers and anyone really is, when you see a critic or somebody not being honest about their opinions and just saying like, okay, it was good because of XYZ, instead of saying like, oh, it was bad because I just don't like that guy, then I would say stop following that guy. I would say don't even, look to that person's reviews because they're not valid. When someone can't put their personal things aside when they review something, then you know what? They lose all credibility with me, and they should lose credibility with you. The point is that you should be able to watch something and be honest about it. Like, why didn't you like it? And give me those reasons. Why did you like it? Give me those reasons. And then I can make that opinion for myself. Do I agree with you or disagree with you? Here are the reasons why. But you know what? When you can't do that as a critic or a reviewer, then I think you lose all credibility, and, for quite frankly, shame on you, because like it feels like you have a personal agenda or a vendetta against this film or these actors or filmmakers, and you know what, you shouldn't be in the business or the industry. Straight up, that's all I'm gonna say.
And Adrian coming with the fire, man. Dang, turn his mic up.
Yeah. Oh shoot, I forgot to turn it on. No, I'm just kidding. It's been off the whole time. No, yeah, man, I agree. Like I feel like nowadays it's just like in general, like a lot of critics let their personal feelings get in the way, and they try to like lecture people like
Whatever
what
their
they
feelings
should.
are, whatever their political views are,
Yeah.
whatever their religious views are, it's just you can't. It's people have a big problem with just pushing their personal feelings aside to view a movie and judge it for it is.
Exactly.
And that's the biggest problem. And I think we talked about this a little while back, where there are certain things like in certain films that you might not agree with politically or whatever, but you should still be able to say, yeah, the cinematography was great. The acting was phenomenal. It was like, for me personally, one of the most recent films that I can think of that comes to mind is Knives Out. Like, I didn't have too much problem with it because it is, it has those political undertones when it deals with the issues of immigration and all that stuff, which I don't care. That's fine. But I tend to be like, kind of like, oh, why did they have to kind of throw all that in there? But that being said, I can still say that the characters in the film were entertaining to watch. The dialogue was very quick. It was very sharp. It was very smart. The cinematography, the actors were all phenomenal. Daniel Craig, Ana de Armas, Chris Evans, all of them were really phenomenal. There were certain things that like I just didn't care for, because it just didn't necessarily sit well with me, but I could still say it was an entertaining film. It was a very good film, and it probably deserves a sequel, which what we're hearing about it right now is that they're going to be working, or Ryan Johnson is working on a sequel for that film with the Daniel Craig character, for like another murder mystery or something like that.
We need a Looper too. I don't know, Looper.
Oh yeah, he did direct Looper, and
we need a Looper too.
I know that was a great one. I really enjoyed that. That's my favorite Ryan Johnson
film.
film.
I would just want to let you guys know that Looper, I seen that, and that was when I had my first panic attack. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. I think I remember you telling me about that.
Fond memories.
Oh, sorry to bring bring up trauma.
I'm starting to sweat. You gonna be okay?
I'll be fine. Just
all right. I'll call you later. Make sure you're still.
Well, I wouldn't expect you to call me Adrian because we know how you are.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what?
You'd be like, sorry guys, I'm in the ER right now, having a panic attack.
Hold on, wait. Danny's already texting me to see if I'm okay. Thank you, Danny.
He's gonna be like,
the way I check to see if you're okay is I text you, are we going to shoot a video, or when are we going to shoot a video? And if I get a response, then I know you're okay. If I don't, then I'm like, oh, he's probably not okay.
Oh, man.
But anyways, guys, thanks for joining us and listening to our random rants about the Justice League and WandaVision and movie theaters opening up in California. If you have any opinions on any of these topics that we just covered, why don't you comment down below and let us know what your thoughts are? Or if there are any other topics that you would like us to cover, why don't you let us know about those and we'll try to get to them. Also, don't forget to click like, subscribe, and share with all of your friends. And follow us on Instagram at On the Fence Movie Reviews for all that wonderful behind-the-scenes content and anything else that we post there.
And remember, we'll catch you on the fence.